Alright, it's morning time. I'm out taking down the decorations. Well, preparing the decorations for the day. That's what I'm doing because we don't leave our decorations up all day long. It's one of the joys of setting up Christmas decorations is the constant plugging them in, blowing them up, unblowing them, putting them away, bringing them out. It's fun. Saturday, sun's coming through, it feels nice. It is a little bit chilly. We're here in Arizona, so a little bit chilly, a little bit cold. I haven't been posting videos that often here lately, and I figured let's do a video today. I have something to talk about, which is awesome. It's going to be in regards to utilizing the iPhone 17 Pro Max at night, how robust it was, because I shot a little bit of a short film. It was a 90-second short film, so it wasn't anything in length, but it was a lot of fun. I only had to use the iPhone, and I figured let's break this down. Let's talk about this, but first, I'm not proud of this, people. I'm just not. There is two things that I want to highlight with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. One specifically for the internal settings on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The other is more in the post process in grading in DaVinci. I'll show you my workflow, I'll show you my process, and talk about those two things that save my bacon. We got a lot to get done today. I got to clean the house, do the laundry, make the bed, take care of the kids, water feed them, keep them alive, maybe take them to the park later, which will be a lot of fun. They need to get out, run around. And Leah is out shopping with her friend Alicia, who's in town for a few days, one of her homegirls. So they're out doing their thing, but yeah, let's get into it. I want to create a video, I want to get it out. I've been kind of unmotivated and feel like I need to get back to the creative process. On our way to the park. Let the kids run around, bring off some energy, and have some fun. As promised, I'm going to get into the breakdown of my short film that I shot and why I felt the iPhone 17 Pro Max was just a beast. Filming at night, I'll show you my settings, I'll show you everything that I did in the interim to capture that and tell that story. So, and probably the reason why I did what I did. A little breakdown is necessary, I think, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get into that. What's going on? It is Jason. Whoop whoop. That's a mighty good coup pack. Yeah. All right, I'm excited to do this video. This challenge that I did with my buddy Joseph was just phenomenal. It gave me a motivation and an inspiration to do something creative that I've been lacking for a while now. I don't know what the situation is with me internally. Maybe my mental health is it's in a place where I'm like, man. But when my buddy Joseph hit me up and pitched the idea to me of doing this, I was blown away. I was like, sure thing, sign me up, I'm ready, let's go. And I was excited to do it. So it was a lot of fun. It happened to be in the midst of busy season for me at Small Giants because we got a lot going on. So it took some work, but good things come to those that pour into them. I like to think so. So I felt pretty phenomenal that the whole thing came out and came together. Big shout out to my buddy Joseph. He did the major lifting of editing and telling the story of what it is that we were doing. And so I have to give him some kudos and give him some love for just putting in not only the idea of doing it, but the heavy lifting of editing the story together and telling that story, which was great. And the whole premise of what he was trying to do was to help me. And that just says a lot. He was trying to get subscribers to come to my channel and subscribe, because I do have a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. I've kind of let go that that's gonna happen only because I'm 150 short and we got like a few weeks left, and I just don't think I'm gonna get there, which is fine. It's not gonna deter me from creating content and putting content out there, so I'm okay with it. But this video and what this video is going to be about is me breaking down that 90-second short. It might be a little long. There might be some rambling. We're gonna get a little techie specky, and we're gonna get into some techs and specs and get a little bit nerdy. And for those that like those kind of videos, you're gonna enjoy this one, because we're gonna dive into some of the reasoning and my edit and how the iPhone 17 Pro Max and two secrets that kept me moving quick and fast and saved my bacon. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah. All right, let's go. Here's the film. It's 90 seconds. Stay tuned. If you've already seen it, just bear with me. We're gonna watch it again. It's 90 seconds, so let's go. So that was the film. There was some inconsistencies in what I shot and what I pieced together. I know that it was a little frustrating, but I had no time to reshoot anything or take the time to actually dive into Fusion, mask some things out. But we'll walk through all that, and let's go ahead and dive into that now. Let's open up DaVinci Resolve. So let's get into the things that saved my bacon here. As you can tell, let's just open up the actual footage from the film. It is 23. So here is the actual footage. As you can tell, the one on the left here, that is the original footage. That is log, ProRes raw, log. This is the graded footage. To me, as I look at this, I can like, man, it is a little overexposed to my liking. I was hoping that it was a little bit darker. It's hard to tell when you're in log. You're like, well, I think, but. And then to be quite honest, I forgot I shot this in raw. And I'm like, dang, now I gotta make it crunchy. I'm gonna have to crush down the curves, you know, and it's just gonna destroy the image. And so I was a little frustrated, but I was like, wait, no, I shot this thing in raw. And you know, for those that don't know what that means, is like having the capability of raw is you can go in and tweak some things. You know, I'm able to go in there and tweak the ISO, which I had to do to get it to the image. And that's not like, you're not messing with curves. You're not messing with the exposure. You're actually changing the ISO of the image straight in there. That's why RAW is so powerful and just such a game change when it comes. It saves your bacon, and it saved mine. So as you can tell, I thought that was a little overexposed. So when you go into the actual edit, into the color profile here, what you can do, and what I did, knowing that I shot this in ProRes RAW, you can go into camera details over here where it says camera RAW, because it was shot in RAW, and you can change the ISO. I think I originally shot it 1200 because I was worried about it being so dark out. So I think I originally shot it at like that. To me, they were a little overexposed for what I was going for. I changed the ISO to where I want it. I say 400 looks like that. To me just seems like a good exposed image. Blackmagic app, I'm able to actually shoot RAW, and that also saved my bacon. Now you're gonna see the second thing that saved my bacon as far as like moving fast and saving me time. As you can see with the grade that I did, and I did use a cheat code, I did use a power grade, Filmy Powergrade from Danny Gewirtz. So I got to give a shout out to him. He did not create an iPhone grade, but I utilized the Sony grade, which is, I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but I actually thought it worked. I thought it worked good. And I was like, I'm rolling with this. This saves me so much time, because I knew it was going to add halation and it was going to add grain. And if I did need to tweak something small like exposure or contrast or whatever, I was able to go and do that very quickly, and I was able to move very fast. So shout out to Danny Gewirtz for creating such a powerhouse of a power grade. We're going to walk through some of the inconsistencies real quick, just so you can see, now that I explained those two saving bacon things that saved my bacon. So I did a wide kind of establishing shot, so you know what's going on. He's sitting there, you see the alcohol, you see the note, you see you see him smoking, you kind of see this man just sitting on the bench. Close-up shot of him actually just puffing on a cigarette. And then you go back to a medium shot of him puffing on the cigarette. And as you can tell, you know, that was a little bit, I probably could have cleaned that shot up a little bit better. And, but I wanted to show a little bit of a sigh. So that's kind of why I did the whole, like, man, my life sucks. And then he's gone, still smoking, picked up his booze, and then you get over here. Now here's one of the inconsistencies. Right here, as you can tell, the stoplights are red, and then when you pump into the close-up, as he's taking a drink, boom, they're green. So there's an inconsistency there, which is bad on me. And that's what I was talking about. I could have pop this open in Fusion, mask those out, put in the green lights, because I had some green lights here I could have picked, you know, in this in the original. Like I could have found some green lights to throw in there, masked them out, but I just didn't have time to do all that. So here you go, you're walking through, and then he puts it down, and then I wanted a different shot of him finding the note, so I did it behind him, as you can see. So yeah, and the camera's a little tilted because I had this thing on a gimbal, and then I had to take it off, and then I'm like moving fast, and I'm just being really lazy. That's all it boils down to. I'm being super lazy, and it's tilted a little. I could have straightened that out a lot better, but I didn't. I just rolled with it. Picked up the note, reading the note. Some more inconsistencies when the streetlights jump red to green again as he's looking up. And yeah, and then I turn it into a whole dream sequence from there. So I added this little dreamy swirl. You hop into Fusion, you kind of add that. It's the effect that you can play around with within DaVinci. You know, it has a lot of pretty robust tools that you can play around with just to give it a little bit of a dream sequence. And he's reminiscing. That's what he's doing. He's reminiscing of his family, of how he misses his family and everything. And again, all this is shot on the iPhone. Now, these shots were not in the DaVinci app. I'm just using the regular Apple log, ProRes log in Apple, shooting straight from the Apple. There you lose a bit of those manual capabilities when you shoot that way, because it's got a fixed aperture of like 1.78 or something, and it does its best to try to expose the image. So it's probably messing with the shutter. It's doing all that just to get a decent balanced shot, because it does that all automatically. So you tend to lose some motion blur. So he's reminiscing, and that's what's going on there. He's reminiscing with his family. And then it goes back to the scene, same thing, added the dream effect. Now he's like, okay, read the note, realized, you know what, I'm done. Dumping this out and throwing the bottle away and moving on. And so this is where the light of God, kind of retrospect, light of God's falling him. No matter what, he's walking away. You can kind of see him in the background there, and then it punches in with the last beat of the music. It punches into the note, so you're able to see what he read and the reason why he decided to just pick up and get back on track. God loves you no matter what you've done, what's been done to you. He is always going to shine his light on you. He loves you. That's basically the premise of the film. A couple things, you know, with the iPhone 17 Pro Max that I did have a couple of situations with that kind of frustrated me is file management. Like, if you don't shoot to an external and you just focus on internal capabilities, because this thing is, I think, a 2 terabyte. So it has some beefy internal storage that I can save things to. It's just getting access to it and then transferring it is kind of cumbersome and clunky until I figured out this process. So as you can see, here's some shots that I took that are all ProRes RAW. I shot them all on the Apple, just straight Apple, shot them on here. They save to your library. And it's like, man, how do I get them from my phone to here? Or how do I get them from here to a drive? Because I put everything on a drive because I want all my footage in one spot. I don't want to have to hunt for footage. Just this footage and like move it to this drive. You can see up here, it is like moving extremely slow. Like, it's not going to work. It's going to take like 10,000 years and it just doesn't move very quickly. Now I won't be able to get it to stop unless I close this. Quit. So yeah, that is a pain in the butt and it's frustrating. And I'm like, how do I get access to this quicker? So I figured a way out. Like, let's say I have it on my phone versus it getting, because if you shoot fast, it sometimes doesn't sync to your iCloud quick enough. So if I have it to my phone, there is a way to like go into your phone. Like, I can highlight all these and then I can go into File, Export unmodified originals for videos. And it transfers pretty dang quickly. A lot quicker if I were to airdrop it. A lot quicker if I were to just move it or wait for my iCloud to sync and then try to move it. It's way faster to just do it this way. And it's unmodified. So it's taking the actual original footage. You shot it in ProRes RAW log. It's going to be ProRes RAW log. It's going to take off any of the other features if you messed around with the video at all or changed an image or whatever. It's going to erase all that and just give you the unmodified original footage that you shot. So that was helpful. I don't know if anybody else knows about, maybe a lot of you tech savvy people know that is the best way to go when you are dealing with huge files. that are saved to your phone and you're trying to get to them and transfer them and all that. It just saved me so much time once I figured out that was a capability. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully you guys got something out of this and you were able to follow along and not fall asleep. We dove a little in the edit. Hopefully you got something out of it. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. It was a lot of fun to do this and I hope to do more. And I am extremely impressed with the capabilities of the iPhone 17. That lives in my pocket and I'm able to shoot some pretty amazing stuff with it and it just feels good. So with that being said, I think I rambled enough. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions about anything that I didn't cover in this, go ahead and hit me up, let me know. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, shout out to my buddy Joseph and John for taking the time to pour into these videos and help. And yeah, with that being said, I'll go ahead and catch you guys on the next one.